Something strange is happening in Europe. In a world dominated by Tesla, BYD, and futuristic cyber machines with oversized touchscreens, one electric car is quietly turning heads for doing the exact opposite. It's small, it's boxy, it's retro. It doesn't scream for attention, but it's winning all of it anyway. Its name? The Renault 5 E-Tech. And in 2025, it might just be the most talked about EV on the planet. Here's why. First launched as a concept in 2021, many thought the Renault 5 reboot would end up like most retro EVs, cool in renderings, forgettable in reality. But Renault had other plans. This wasn't just a nostalgic PR stunt. It was a blueprint for a revolution in small car design. And in a market where compact cars have either died or been turned into bloated SUVs, the Renault 5 E-Tech decided to stay small and get smarter. The original Renault 5 from the 1970s was a cultural icon, affordable, fun, funky. It wasn't a supercar, it wasn't luxurious, but it was full of character. And now, 5 decades later, Renault has somehow recaptured that magic, while adding 21st century tech, safety, and electrification that rivals cars twice its price. Let's start with the numbers. The new Renault 5 E-Tech comes with 2 battery options, a 40kh pack, and a larger 52kh version. Real-world range? Around 300 kilometers for the base, and up to 400 for the higher spec, perfect for city driving and short-distance adventures. And with a base price just under €25,000, it immediately becomes one of the most affordable EVs. Not only is it priced for the people, it's built for them too. Unlike many competitors, Renault didn't outsource this car. It's designed in France, built in France, and packed with technology from Ampere, Renault's dedicated EV division. That includes a compact electric motor derived from the higher-end Megane E-Tech, front-wheel drive dynamics, and fast charging up to 100 kW. That means 15 to 80% battery in about 30 minutes. In short, it's simple, it's fast, it works, but what really makes the Renault 5 E-Tech different isn't its specs, it's its attitude. Because in an EV world obsessed with minimalism and blank slate design, the Renault 5 E-Tech brings back fun. It's colorful, playful. The headlights have a winking animation when you walk up to it. The dash glows with soft neon trims. The wheels are geometric throwbacks to the classic Renault 5 Turbo. It's one of the few EVs on the road that makes people smile before they even turn the key. And don't mistake cute for weak. The 150 horsepower motor might not break records, but paired with its ultra-light CMF-B EV platform and sharp chassis, it makes for a zippy, confident, and genuinely enjoyable urban driving experience. This isn't an EV that tries to dominate the road. It just wants to dance through it. Inside, the car surprises again. You get 2 high-res screens, one for the driver, one for infotainment, plus full integration with Renault's OpenR Link system powered by Google. Voice commands, Google Maps, Spotify, YouTube Music. It's all here. But unlike the overwhelming UI of most luxury EVs, the Renault 5's system is friendly, approachable, human. And that's where the brilliance lies. Renault didn't try to build the next Tesla, they built the next Renault. And in doing so, they've revived something the EV industry desperately needed: charm. The response? Overwhelming. European auto critics are calling it the most important EV launch of the year. Pre-orders are already soaring. Young drivers love it, elderly drivers remember it, parents want it for their teens, influencers want it for their content. It's crossing generational lines that most automakers can only dream of. And while other brands fight for inches in the SUV war, Renault is casually sweeping up the entire small car segment. Even governments are backing it. France in particular sees the Renault 5 E-Tech as a symbol of national innovation, affordable, clean mobility that's actually made in the country. It checks every political box. It supports local jobs. It reduces emissions. And it puts the Renault brand back at the center of the automotive conversation. And it doesn't stop here. Renault already teased a Renault 4 E-Tech SUV variant. A sportier Alpine A290 hot hatch version is also on the way, taking the same playful DNA and turning up the adrenaline. This isn't a one-hit wonder. This is the beginning of a small EV renaissance. So what does this mean for the rest of the industry? Well, while Porsche fights off BYD with six-figure sports sedans and Tesla struggles with brand fatigue and recalls, Renault has quietly stolen the spotlight. With a car that doesn't try to change the world, it just makes it better, one city street at a time. It proves that the EV future doesn't have to be massive, intimidating, or ultra-premium. Sometimes it just has to be right. And the Renault 5 E-Tech? It's more than right, it's necessary. In 2025, the world didn't need another performance EV. It needed a people's car, and Renault delivered it with a wink. So now we ask you, would you take the Renault 5 E-Tech over a Model 3 or a BYD Dolphin? Does personality beat raw performance? Does charm beat size? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like this video if you believe EVs can be fun again, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the cars that are changing the future, not by being bigger or louder, but by being smarter, because the revolution isn't always loud. Sometimes it rolls up in pastel yellow, winks at you, rated, and drives off with your heart.